G'day everyone, so today as you can see there, the draft beach bylaw 2021. So this is the changing of an existing bylaw and amending it to what was basically the results of a 1,300 person survey of about 69,000 people that could have responded. Not a very good turnout, and a little bit the tail wagging the dog. So where we are here now is at the Te Hora end of the beach bylaw changes, and in the Te Hora end, this is one of the parking areas or the access ways that's going to be, if allowed to go through by the residents of Te Hora if they don't make a submission, this is one that's going to be cut off. Most of the people that were at the meeting have gone. These are people that are just using the area. And if you sort of look around, you know, there's quite a few cars parked here. It's a nice, safe car park. From this area here, from where we're standing, this is to my right is Wellington. To this area to my left is Attica. And so from here, the proposal is what's happening now at the moment is the locals basically go down this way to fish. And then going this way, people are walking their dogs, people are going down there and swimming in the summertime. There's no one swimming here today, it's a little bit cold. And you know, we've got white baiters here at this little river. But basically it's just a natural sort of thing that's happened. This is how the beach is used. There's been a little bit of trouble that's been talked about people driving quite fast down there. You know, the locals are a little bit keen for that to be changed, but they're not keen at all really for this car park area to not be accessible. There's a few people that have disability allowances that feel that this was the best area for them to come in and be able to just drive across this little stream and then be on the beach. And so we're going to just go down now to the other access way, which is at the end of Rodney Road, and we're going to have a look down there and we'll continue this discussion. So from the existing bylaw, here we have the $750 fine, which now drops down to $150, or fining from $150. We have some of the things that's no motorbikes, that continues no motorbikes, but it's going to mean that there's going to be more restrictions. This is where we were, down here. This is where we are now. So we're just going to go out and have a look. You can see here there's remove your dog poo. There was some of the people that submitted out of the 1,300 were quite stressed. They wanted horse riders to dismount and pick up the horse poo. As a permaculture natural farming person, I find that quite abhorrent. Back in the day, love the saying back in the day, but this is sand country. Horse shit is an asset. If you're trying to grow something, even if it's just chuck it in the sand dunes, all it's growing here is lupin. And the reason why lupin's growing here is it's trying to regenerate it. This is going to stop this being a sand drift. There's no reason why this couldn't be planted in things that were useful, or something that could sustain other life or biodiversity, or just the biodiversity of human life. There's no reason why shit couldn't be going in here, and we actually focus on these areas and controlling these and making these very lush green spaces. This is the sort of thing that we need to be thinking of as we go forward, that the more lush that these sand berms are, these boundaries between the ocean and our living spaces, these have got to be a very, very strong, robust control mechanism to stop the sand drifts. Years ago, you'll notice that, sorry if this is your house, but these are dichromatic tiles. When the sand blows, it goes underneath the dichromatic tiles and it ends up in the ceilings of the houses. So, which happened in Kapiti. It's a bit of a Kapiti phenomenon. We banned using, in the building code, we banned using corrugated iron, even though it can be replaced quite easily every sort of 10 years. And we went to this stuff, and you know, the ceiling started falling in. But you can stop it by making sure that it's lush. This sort of attitude about being anti-animals, anti-people having the dogs there, what is life? You know, it's our ability to be engaged with our animals, our dogs. Look, dogs can be exercised off leash, but busted. Why are we worrying about controlling this? Oh, pick up the dog poo. You know, hydattids hasn't been a thing in this country for 70 years. Okay, and then we've got no fires without a permit. Well, a barbecue can create a wicked fire in here, and if this is lush, well, it won't come on and burn the houses like it did in the Lake Ohau area. But anyway, that's a little bit of a rant. Behind us, I'm on camera, but so is everybody else. 24-hour CCTV zone. Okay, so when the bylaw is talking about installing cameras, they're already here. Okay, so anyway, we'll go down and we'll look at this entranceway. And by the way, they're not natives or anything like that. These are just old-fashioned macrocarpas. You know, this could be quite a nice planted zone. Just about to get wet, so we'll be quick down here. Waste of space this way. Okay, this can't be grazed, there's no fencing, so it can't be controlled grazed or holistically managed. It's just left to go really dry in the summertime. And so this is a sand drift, you know, like there's not even metal gone down on this road to make it sort of something that is a proper access way. So once that one that is all metal was closed off, then there's really only, like, you're going to have cars, people are not used to driving in a sand drift, they're going to come up, pause for a moment, and once you pause on a sand drift, that's it, you're stuck there. And that means that any emergency that happens out here, a fire, somebody needing paddles because they've gone into the water and they're drowning and they need to be defibbed or something like that, the emergency services cannot come out because somebody's in the way. This is the opposite end of where people were talking when we were down there. This is where people walk their dogs, this is where people go out and swim. And you know, it's quite amazing from where we were, how it looked like it was going to be quite a steep beach. It's now a beautiful swimming beach down here. And what I could see down the other way, it was sort of like the steep part of Attica Beach, where it's a bit rough swimming because it's like Napier. There's quite a lot of undertow and stuff like that. So naturally, people self-thought where they were going to go. But we can see that, you know, obviously it's a little bit more drivable. And as we look down here now, there's a car approaching us. You know, somebody's gone for a drive down there, and so yeah, that's sort of, what else would you do on a miserable day like today than go for a drive down the beach? I mean, you should be able to. So this is what we want you to understand. You're sitting at home, you live in Te Horo, and you think, oh, well, just let this thing just go by the by. Your life will change if you don't have your say.